Good morning, millionaires and future millionaires. I have got something to share with you guys today. Take a look at this article. Drama. XRP already lost half of its gains. Insanity is what I call it. People that write articles like this should not be allowed to write. But that's besides the point. Why am I showing you this article right now? It is to show you the proper mindset that you've got to have if you want to succeed in this industry. Every single time something great happens, because if we take a look at the price, XRP has about doubled since the start of this year. They still want to spin it in a negative angle. And this is something which I see more and more often in the crypto space, but specifically when it comes to XRP. And a good other example is the SEC stance on it, saying they have actually won. And different Congress members stating the exact same thing, that the SEC won the case, when in reality, none of that is true. But to get back to it, you've got to understand, you have got to have an iron mind to not get completely distracted by all these negative Nancy's or all the manipulation. And before I move on, guys, make sure you press that like button if you're an XRP holder, a true holder that does not get manipulated by articles like this. Why aren't they pointing out just how much XRP has gained throughout the year? Can you imagine you buying your dollars, you buying some stocks, and it doubling in about half a year? That would be insane. But they don't point that out. No, they point out that, XRP doubled in a couple days and then had a little correction because Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those coins had a bit of a correction. Why are they pointing out that XRP lost half its gains? What is that supposed to showcase? I mean, take a look at the market cap here. Nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing. Yet they still find a way to spin this negatively onto XRP. What is the irony in all this? It's that whenever there's something good, there's always got to be something bad, I think. But I've got a more interesting philosophy on all this, and it comes partially from something that Nick just wrote. Take a look at this. The amount of people who will get actually rich off of XRP is so little. Not because you need a ridiculous amount of XRP. That I described to you guys yesterday already. It's not about the amount, it's about, well, let's read on. Why? It's so simple. Retail is blinded by short-term price action. Too many people think about the short term, about tomorrow, about next week, about what has happened over the last week. When in reality, we should be asking ourselves, how many partners will they get over the next couple of years? What industry are they trying to change? The banking industry. And what happens there, every single change takes about 40 years. What is Ripple trying to do? Change it up in the next couple of years. Yet whenever I look at the comment section, people are saying, oh, but why is XRP not pumping? Oh, but why is XRP stable? Oh, why is XRP not pumping today? Oh, when is it going to pump? I need it by next week. And all I can respond is, you impatient fool. What percentage will sell at $1, $2, $3, all-time highs? Forget it. Most will already be out. Another fun fact, two sides of this one. Most people, and I don't blame them, most people will sell all their XRP below $3. I cannot blame them because if this is life-changing, please do what you need to do. Please sell whenever you feel the need to sell all your coins and take your profit. But I ask you again, and I ask this to all my friends, what exactly are you going to cash out to? The dollar always decreases. Every single day you wake up, I've woken up again another day, beautiful. Boom, my money is down though. With XRP, hopefully not. Stocks, I personally say it this way. The US has lost its grip ever so slightly, so stocks are not as safe as they used to be. And it can always take them away from you. Gold, they can always take away from you. Homes, they can always take away from you. I guess from a certain perspective, some businesses are better investments than crypto. I agree. But when you're changing the entire financial industry, it's a proper investment, I think. But also, like I was just trying to say, I'd say, again, two parts. The majority of people that are in the retail will only start buying XRP once we've already passed most limits. I'm talking past $5, probably past $3, probably past $5, like around that ballpark, people will start getting some FOMO because things are going to go too hard. Even now, I believe the moment we cross $1, things are going to move really fast, but especially the moment we hit 3 and go past it, there's probably going to be a little bounce because a lot of people are going to sell the all-time high, but after that, it's going to be pretty quick movement. Because of all the unrealized gains basically throughout the last couple of years, or ungotten gains, I should call them. A lot of FOMO, a lot of hype, a lot of gains we deserve have still not been in. And so a lot of that is building up, that momentum and the eagerness of people to go hard the moment that there's actually some signs of a massive pump. And again, I believe XRP would have already pumped to those levels, $7, $10, if it had not been for Bitcoin being so ridiculously stable with a slight downward bias. Anyway, to get back to it, most people do not have the, I'm going to call it patience here or perseverance, to actually make tons of money. I've got a good example here. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, you can actually name it. A lot of them have had to risk so much to get to where they are today. And I say 99% of the people don't have the gut to stomach that. You know what I mean? Let's say right now your investment goes from $10 to $26 million. Are you going to cash out? 99.9% of the people would. And I understand them. I don't blame them because that's a frick ton of money. Yet these behemoths, these guys, and I'm already talking about massive amounts of money, but just, extrapolate it to smaller amounts if you want to, get in that perception. Majority of people would not have the gut to take that $26 million now and keep it strong because you know what you've got. And eventually for Bezos, Elon, all those guys, you turn those tens of millions into hundreds of billions. But that's a hard choice to make. That's a heavy thing to stomach. And the same thing applies for if you've got $10,000 into XRP, which is massive for the majority of the people. Once that turns into $100,000, most people will be quick to sell and make sure I got my dollars. And then what? Now you've got 100,000. You can't retire with that. You can't do too much with that. And you probably are going to go and stick with your dollars right now, putting it into your savings account. Where I again come in to say, but what now? The most important part about all this is finding the right investment vehicles for the longer term to make sure you make more money over time. And really, once you do the analysis yet again, XRP turns out to be a really proper choice throughout time. But most people will not be able to realize that properly, and they're blinded by short-term gains. So I question you right now, and let me know in the comment section down below. Are you an XRP holder? Are you still holding XRP? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I question you also. What percentage will sell before the all-time high? I wonder. And would you? You don't have to answer me in the comments. Just wonder. All right? I wonder it. A double-digit XRP will happen following Nick's prediction. Time is the only question, and the big moves when institutions actually go live are still some time away. Either way, it's such a small percentage of the holders who will reap the rewards. And there's another little fun story. I've been in the crypto space for over a decade. And you want to know a fun fact, guys? I did not start this crypto journey alone. I was there with multiple people. And out of all these who's still into crypto, that's me. Now, who has 100 times more wealth? I don't want to flex, but let's just say it like this. Who made it better in terms of wealth? Well, the person in this case here that persevered, that stayed through. Because look at how much crypto has changed over the last decade, I tells you. And those guys gave up quite quickly because at the time you couldn't fathom the future for this. And it's hard to do so in almost any category, in almost any asset class, in almost any investment. And please understand also that I'm not saying every investment is worth holding on. I've given up on many investments. Many of them were proper choices. But I've also had it that if I had just understood a little bit better what I was getting into, what I was holding, and what I was in there for, I would have made even way more money. And there comes another crucial part. I am never saying you should never sell. I will not encourage people to hold on to things forever because there's always a time to sell, always a time to take some profits as long as you've got a better plan, which means either you have a strategy to buy back cheaper or you've got some proper investment vehicle to put it into. And I've seen this many times, people tell me, but it's about being safe. It's about taking the safe route. And I tells you yet again, if safety is your major concern, then what are you going for crypto for? It's not a safe industry. It's extremely risky from a volatility perspective, which I basically see as the same as risk, right? And so what I always say when it comes to XRP, and I know I'm probably not the majority thinker here, but it's go big or go home. And when it comes to crypto, I think the exact same thing. If you're in it just to make your life a little bit better, that's completely fine. But that's not the intention that I have, and that's not the mindset that I want a lot of my viewers to have either. The reason I share these 100x gems sometimes in the bull markets is not because I want you to be, safe and hopefully do a little bit better. No, it's to actually turn freaking $10,000 into $10 million, to turn $100 into $10,000, all those crazy gains that are not possible through these traditional investments that we usually think of. I mean, in theory, if you keep saving up every single day of your life, maybe the moment you're 65, maybe the moment you're 70, you've got yourself a good retirement amount. Maybe, all right, just maybe. But I want to skip the whole, for a lot of people watching, the whole 30 extra years, right? Right now you're 35, right now you're 45, you got 20 more years to go. And you're like, you know what? A couple years to get rid of it all. That's what I'm in it for, to help people get to that, I guess, goal a lot quicker. But I'm going to be honest with you, everything can go wrong, and it's not the safest route. It's just not. But again, that's also not what I'm in it for. If it all goes wrong, the way I think about it is I'll make that money back. I never invest what I'm not able to lose. But I am investing money that would definitely be nice to have in a savings account for just, I guess, having it there, right? Because at the end of the day, money is nice to have. Even though it's not a requirement, more money is almost always nice. 99.9% of 100. And so any money you lose is not nice to lose because nobody wants to lose. But from my perspective, losing is good because the more often I lose, the closer I get to a massive victory. Not gambling, by the way. That's not true for everything. They have this saying, right? Every gambler quits right before his biggest win. And I mean, from a probability perspective, it is true. I mean, if in theory you keep playing, you are going to win bigger eventually. I'm not saying that's a smart thing to go for, though. But when I go to meetups, I tell everybody that asks me a question around investing this. My core principle is, if I've got $10,000 and I had to start with $1,000 or $10,000 yet again, what I do is I'd invested hard into some really risky things. And whenever I get these investment opportunities like I've gotten throughout the last couple of years, I take them. And the reason I got into venture capital investments, why I got into investing as an institution, is because I like the risk game. I like the proposal of the money I've got right now, I can make again. $1,000, $10,000, if I want to, I can make again. But the turning $1,000 into $100,000, turning $10,000 into $1 million, those opportunities I might never get again, the exact same opportunity. I go back to the moment I got the option to invest into Neuralink. The minimum investment was significantly high for the time, but I had a couple nights in a row where I was in my bed thinking, should I put this significant amount of my portfolio down for this? Should I put this much money down for this? Should I put it? And I've had that on multiple occasions that there were investments that were, in my mind, too risky for what they were, right? Too risky, or a shot in the dark. But it was a good climate, right? The market was good. And a lot of investments I placed did really well. And it got me thinking. And this is alpha that a lot of people are not sharing with you guys. But really, in a bull market, what I just keep doing, and right now we're gearing up to that, is just invest in so many things. Buy so many things because most of the time it does well. If the trajectory, meaning when the most important things are, is in a proper time span, so meaning the most exciting things are surrounding that bull market and not like 4 years into the future when the bull market's already gone. Whereas like, for example, with XRP, let's say the lawsuit conclusion was in the bull market, that would have been, right now the conclusion was way after a bull market, right, in a bearish period. That's not what you want. So you want it whenever it's in a good time zone. So let's say they're going to do an upgrade of sorts on the whole network. You want that to be in a positive piece on the timeline. But if those investments have got that and they're looking good from an investor perspective also, I just buy and I buy and I buy because all the money that I'm putting in, I'll make again. But the investment opportunity I might never get again. And that extrapolates to XRP and a couple of things like that too, where again, I might never get the chance to buy it so cheap. Oh, the money that I'm putting into XRP, I can make again. All right. And perhaps that's, again, the more you invest, not completely true anymore. But from a perspective of, is the investment worth it to me? Well, yes, because I've got way more to win than I've got to lose with all these things. Mostly from the perspective that I know this industry is going to stay. It's just a matter of which exact coins will do well at which exact time. And if this doesn't convince you at all, I'd like to refer back to some of my older tweets, right? Where again, some people say, hey, stop talking about massive amounts of money because a lot of people don't have that. To which I'd like to state, well, I wish literally every single one of you the best. And if I ever am putting up a number here, which I never try to do, it's only to either inspire you or to help you out with some perception. It is never my intention to make me sound better than anybody else because it's not like I came from money. And I always say, there's actually always somebody that was in a worse situation than you that's doing better than you right now. So that's no excuse, you know? And it's a double-edged sword, right? You show money, people hate you for it. You don't show money, people think you're a liar. But yeah, I've gotten past that a long time ago, guys. No, but I like to refer back to some of my tweets where I talk about buying more XRP. And it's funny. When I see people talk me down saying, hey, man, it's a stupid idea, waste of money, bad investment, you can see it. And then this is 2 days before the lawsuit settlement, which is funny because anybody that also bought, and I'm not saying you should follow me buying what I'm buying, you know, because we're not the same person. You should always decide for yourself if buying something is smart. But anybody that basically followed me at that point would have made a pretty significant amount of money for just 2 days, which is pretty funny if you think about it. All these people saying, no, it's a bad idea. Don't do that. There will always be people that say, oh, it's a big mistake, or oh, you're a liar. But guys, said this before, don't let these other people get to your head. People are always going to try to manipulate you, take advantage of you, get the best out of you in a negative way. Don't mind it. During your own journey, it doesn't care what anybody else is doing. Think about your investments properly. Think about what's best for you. And like I said, if you think cashing out your XRP tomorrow to buy something else is better, please understand, I'm not being paid by the XRP gods or something. I have no incentive to tell you to buy XRP. It doesn't matter to me. I also know that because even if every single person here were to buy XRP the exact same day, we'd not even be 1% of the total volume. So I definitely am not doing it for that purpose. All I'm saying is I personally think out of a lot of different cryptos, it has the best value proposal. But if I were, and I've said this many times, if I were to find something better, I'd still share it. And I could even be as honest to say, hey guys, I've sold every single XRP I have because there's something that's better for me right now. And I hope you guys would respect that decision also. Because regardless of how good XRP is, if there's something better, that can do you better, that can change the world better, that can make you more money, which there will inevitably be, I'd go for it in a heartbeat. Because I'm not stuck to one investment forever. I'm going with whatever I think is best at the time. And for right now, I'd say for the most part, for me, XRP is a pretty good one. But yeah, that's about it. See ya, guys.